The House of Echoes. The House of Echoes. In the heart of an old, mysterious forest stood a house known as the House of Echoes. The mansion was ancient, covered in ivy and shadows, and it seemed to exist in a place where time itself got confused. People in the nearby village spoke of the house with fear, sharing tales of strange happenings and people who went in but never came out. No one dared to go near it, believing the house was cursed. One autumn evening, a young historian named Evelyn arrived in the village. She had spent years studying old legends, and the House of Echoes fascinated her. Ignoring the villagers' warnings, she decided to explore the mansion, driven by a deep curiosity. As Evelyn approached the house, she noticed something strange. The trees around the mansion were silent, their leaves still, even though the wind blew through the forest. The house itself seemed to be alive, its dark walls almost pulsing. Despite feeling uneasy, Evelyn pushed open the heavy door and stepped inside. The inside of the house looked like it had been frozen in time. Dust hung in the air like tiny stars, and the smell of old wood filled her nose. As Evelyn walked through the rooms, she noticed something odd. Each room echoed with faint whispers. These were not random sounds, they were voices, speaking words that were sometimes clear, sometimes hard to understand. At first, Evelyn was frightened, but soon she became more curious. She realized that these whispers were like memories, repeating moments from the past. In the ballroom, she heard the soft music of an old dance, and in the library, the quiet conversation of lovers sharing secrets. But one voice stood out, a soft, melodic tone that seemed to call to her. Though she couldn't understand the words, she felt a strange connection to it. The voice led Evelyn to a hidden door behind a faded tapestry. Behind the door was a narrow staircase that spiraled down into the earth. As she descended, the air grew colder, and the whispers became louder, merging into a mix of voices. But the melodic voice kept guiding her, leading her into a small, round room deep beneath the house. In the center of the room stood a large, ornate mirror, covered in dust. The whispers stopped as Evelyn approached the mirror. She wiped away the dust and stared at the reflection, which wasn't her own. Instead, she saw a woman who looked very much like her but dressed in old-fashioned clothes. The woman in the mirror smiled sadly and began to speak, her voice the same soft tone that had guided Evelyn. The woman introduced herself as Isolde, a former resident of the house. She explained that the House of Echoes was not a normal place. It was a point where time and memory mixed together. Those who entered the house became part of its memory, their lives and voices trapped in the walls forever. Isolde had once been a historian like Evelyn, but she had become a prisoner of the house, forced to guard its secrets. Evelyn realized that she was in danger of becoming the next guardian of the house. Isolde told her that the only way to escape was to find and destroy the source of the house's power, a hidden relic somewhere in the mansion. Determined to avoid Isolde's fate, Evelyn rushed back up the staircase. The whispers around her turned into a chaotic roar as she searched for the relic. Each room offered clues, and as she pieced them together, Evelyn began to understand the house's dark history, a tale of betrayal and loss that had cursed the mansion. Finally, in the attic, Evelyn found the relic, a small, beautifully carved box. When she opened it, a bright light filled the room, and the whispers reached a deafening level. With all her strength, Evelyn smashed the box to the ground, shattering it. The house trembled as if it were alive. The echoes screamed one last time and then went silent. The air grew warmer, and Evelyn felt the house's grip on her release. She ran out of the mansion just as it began to collapse, the curse finally broken. Evelyn emerged into the forest at dawn. The mansion was gone, leaving only an empty clearing where it once stood. Though exhausted, Evelyn knew she had survived. She had uncovered the house's secrets and escaped its grasp. As she walked back to the village, Evelyn felt a strange emptiness, as if she had left something behind in the House of Echoes. But when she looked back, there was nothing, only the quiet rustling of the trees and a faint whisper of a woman's voice, thanking her.